Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for November 18th, 2023. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. All right, we have two sevens looking into this box. That leaves only one place for the seven, which is right here. So that's where it must be. That's called a hidden single. Okay, I have this two looking in, this two looking in. That's not actually enough for us to mark. Let's think about what's needed in this row. We need a 1, 2, 6, and 8. So this can't be 6 or 8. So this is only 1 or 2. This can't be 1 or 2. In fact, the 2 is over here. That's going to be helpful because this 2 takes it out of these. So in this row, the 2 has to be here. Which means, yeah, in this box, the 2 is down here. So this can't be 1 or 2. So this is, what was it, 6 and 8. This is 6 or 8 only. Okay, what else can we see here? This 3 looks into this box, putting a 3 in one of these 3. There's already a 3 up here, though. Excuse me while I put in a cough drop. I thought maybe I wouldn't need one, but here we are. This 5 looking into this box and this 5 looking in puts a 5 in one of these two. That's markable. Sixes. So I'm looking at 6s here into this box. Puts a 6 into one of these two. All right. I think that's all I'm seeing right now. Let's move on to the next band here. So, there's no repeated digits. Well, there's the 9. The 9's repeated. Other than the 9, there's no repeated digits. So let's see. I'm looking for essentially crossings here. Yeah, so like the 7s. Is there anything that goes with that? No. Okay, so we have two givens here that share a column in this case. You can always swap row and column when I explain this, but I'll explain it with this. So 5 and 7 here, or 5 and 9 here share a column in this box. So because they share a column, there's one row they don't occupy. We're looking at that row outside of the box. And we're looking for any digits in that row that are placed that are not already placed in the box. So the 7 and the 8 qualify. Then we're scanning the two columns they don't occupy, and we're looking for matches. So there's no match for the 8, but there is a match for the 7. So we have these 7s looking in here. And just because of the way that we looked for this automatically gives you either a hidden single or a pointing pair. So in this case, we have a pointing 7s there. So so these 7s point down. What does that mean? Well, it means in this box, the 7 can only be in column 1. So this box needs a 7. It's going to grab it from column 1. So the rest of the column can't be a 7, or there'd be nowhere to put 7 in this box. So most importantly, that means these 3 are no longer able to be 7. These 7s look down, this 7 looks in. So there's a 7 in one of these two is the conclusion. These cannot be 7. Okay, so I'm looking for any more things to look at. This is a prime candidate, but unfortunately the 8 has nobody. Like, this doesn't count because it touches the 2 digits we already were using. And then when you have them offset like this, you might as well look. Oops, I don't know what I just did. You may as well look at these, this row and this column, and see if you find a match, because that'll limit it to these two. But unfortunately, there is none. All right, I think I'm going to move on to the next band here. No repeats in this band either. We're going to look for crossings, and once we're finished with the bands looking for crossings, we're not going to find crossings on vertically, because the crossings are box logic. So once we finish this, we will look vertically, but we won't have to look for bands. I just looked vertically, though, and we have these 2 3s looking in. So that does place this 3. Now that changes the equation of this box, as this got completely filled. So what we want to do is just look in the 2 columns that aren't the filled column. Look for anything that's not already placed. So the 3 is obviously already placed. These are empty. Those are empty. So it's the 2 and the 7. The 7 we already have marked, but the 2 now Now that it can't be here, right, the 2 is limited to these two, and that's going to point down. And that's going to put the 2 in one of these two, because this 2 looks in as well. So we kind of did the same thing here. I just didn't talk about it. But let's see. So with this 3 placed, those 3s look into here as well. That puts a 3 over here for what it's worth. I'm going to think about the 4 digits that are needed in this row. We need a 2, 4, 5, and 6. I see that 5 is in 2 different cells. This is not 2 or 5. So this is 4, 6 only. This sees a 5 and a 4. So this is 2 and... Oh, it sees a 2 as well. Oh, so this sees 2, 4, and 5, right? We needed 2, 4, 5, 6. So this is a naked single 6. Very nice. That actually gives us this 6 and this 2. That's why we do these corner marks. It gives us the 8. It gives us this 4. Now, I think I did that a little fast. So let me go over what happened here. This was a naked single. If I actually were to just put 1 through 9 in here, our red marks actually tell us that this can only be a 6. That's very, very, very small, but 6 is the only digit that's blue there. So we found that this was a naked single. Now what happened here? Now obviously what we can do is we can just make this a 4. This is now a naked single 4 because it used to be only 4 or 6, but now there's a 6 in the row already. So that's a 4. But if we look up, what did these corner marks mean? These corner marks meant that within this box, 6 was only in these 2 cells. But now we know 6 is not in this cell, so we can eliminate that marking. And now there's only a single corner mark for 6 in this entire box. So what we can do is we can say that's a hidden single 6, and we can recheck if we want to. This 6 looks up, this 6 looks in, and this 6 also looks up, and this 7 is not a 6. So there's only one place for 6 in the box. So that's the 6. And now, we're just trusting our corner marks here, but we used up a 2 corner mark with a non-2. We still need a 2 in the box, and now there's only one cell that can be a 2, so that's a 2. And you saw how fast I did this. I'm just explaining it. And so now this 6 has made this a naked single 8, because now it can only be an 8. So that's an 8, and then the final digit in the row is a 1. So we finished the entire row by finding that. And so now what we want to do is we want to look at the digits that we got, and especially related to the band. We haven't vertically scanned yet, so I figure I'll just do that when I vertically scan. But we want to see if there's a horizontal scan that's been improved by the placement of all these digits. So we got the 2 and the 6 over here. One thing I will say is 6 is in one of these 2 in this box now. And you saw how useful corner marks are, that's why we do them. 7 and 2. So 7 is already placed in here. 2, we got the corner marks. 3 and 7 here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not actually seeing anything else to do band-wise. I do see that there's 4 left in this box, 4 left in this box, but I want to finish scanning first. I was doing this row. I got this 4 as well, which we may want to see if there's a follow-up on. But let's follow up on the row first. We need a 2 and, what is it, 2 and 5? I'm just going to fill the 2, 5 pair here. Okay. All right, so there's 4 left in this box. We know it's going to be worth penciling because the 7s are cornered here, the 2s are cornered here. So these are only going to have 3, up to 3 candidates each. It probably will be... Actually, no. See this 8 that we placed? That looks into this box. That corner marks 8s over here. And now we have a hidden pair. And we can identify that just with our corner marks here. Because the 7s are corner marked to these 2 cells, and the 8s are corner marked to these 2 cells, and only these 2 cells for both. So that means that these 2 cells need to give us a 7, and they need to give us an 8, because no other cell in the box can do that. So 2 cells can only give 2 values, so those are the 2 values they give. These can only be 7 or 8. They can't be any other value. That's called a hidden pair when we find it that way. And so in this box, we have a 2 and a 6 remaining, which you could consider to be a hidden or a naked pair at that point, because they are equivalent. But basically, what I was thinking was we need 2 and 6 left in the box, and so that ends up there. But this is now this 2, 6 was found as a hidden pair, but it is a naked pair now. So the terminology is to help people. The logic to like a computer is actually the same. You don't need hidden logic at all if you're a computer solver. It's just when presenting to humans, it's nice. A hidden is just the inverse of a naked. So within a particular house, we use the term house generically for row, column, or box. So within a particular house, if there's, you can just do the math. If there's 6 open cells, right? You've got 3 digits placed, so there's 6 open cells, and you find a naked quadruple. That means that there's also a hidden pair because 4 plus 2 is 6. There's 6 open cells. 4. Do I have one with 6 open cells? I have one with 5 open cells. We'll use that. Oh, this one has 6 open cells. There we go. So let's say I found a hidden pair here. That means this is a naked quad. Let's say I found a naked triple here. That means this is a hidden triple. They're completely inverse of each other. If you find one, you found the other. But the key is it's just for the current grid state. We're not worried about how the grid looked at the very start of the puzzle. We're worried about how the grid looks right now and what candidates we have in those cells. If we're using the fact of looking at a house and saying, where do 7 and 8 go? They can only go here. That's a hidden pair. If instead we found this by going, hey, let me just pencil all 4 of these. So these can be 2. No, I would use center marks for that. Sorry. These would be 2. We have 3, 4, 5. We need 6, 7, and 8. And then I go, this 6 and 7, this 7 and 8 looks in here, so these can't be 7 and 8. This 2 looks in here, these can't be 2. But here we go. This is a naked pair. This is a naked 2, 6 pair because I have penciled these 2 cells and saw that they are exactly identical. They can only be 2 digits, and they're the same 2 digits, and they're in the same house as each other. So whichever houses they share, now we eliminate the 2 and 6 from every other cell in that house. That's a naked pair. So as you can see, because there were only 4 cells open in here, the equivalent of finding the hidden 7-8 pair, that's equivalent to finding this naked 2-6 pair. So I had some questions in the comments. I hope that really clarifies things. I think I spent a few minutes on that. So hopefully that didn't bore you. But we have this naked 2-6 pair, which also affects the column because they happen to also line up in the column. So this is a naked 2-6 pair in the column as well. 2 and 6 are used. They're going to get used by these 2 cells. So no other cell can use 2 or 6. Like what if this was a 6? Well, now these would both have to be 2, or one of them would be empty. Either way, that's broken. So this is not a corner marked 6 anymore because of this 2-6 naked pair. And that does leave only one place in this box for 6, which goes right there. So hopefully that clarifies things for people who are asking about that. I do have 3 digits left in this box. We're just going to fill that when there's 3 left. I always like to fill it, especially since I know the 5 is limited to these. So we have the 4 limited to these 2. So we had 4, 5, and 9. So this is a naked single because it can't be 9. So if I were to fill this, you would see this can't be a 9. So of 4, 5, 9, it can't be the 9, and it can't be the 5. So it's a naked 4. And so now this is just a naked 5, 9 pair here. We could have also seen it as a hidden 5, 9 pair because we had these 3 cells open. Where did 5, 9 go? Well, they didn't go in any of these cells. So 5, 9 was a hidden pair here. Again, so the opposite of a hidden pair when we have 3 cells left in the box is a naked single. So there you go. The logic is the same. It's just seen from a different perspective to a human. All right, for this column, we know we need the 2 and the 7. What else do we need? We need the 8. So the 8 goes up here. So this is a naked single 7. I promise that was the last explanation of naked versus hidden for this puzzle at least. Let's finish it up. I can place 7 in this box now. We have these 7s looking in. So this is the only place for 7. That's a hidden single 7. Okay. Anything else to do here? Well, these are filled, so let's look at all of these digits that aren't already placed in the box. We placed the 6, we placed the 2, we placed the 7. So 3 and 8 are what's remaining. So 3 and 8 can only go in this column here, and they both point up. Unfortunately, we already have 3 and 8 in this box. We don't already have 8 in this box. This 8 looks up, so 8's in one of these 2. In fact, this is a triple left for this column, so we need 1, 8, and 9. So this is not 1 or 8. Or sorry, this is not 8 or 9. Sorry. This can only be 1 because it's not 8 or 9. So that's the naked single 1. And then, or you could think about this as being a hidden 8, 9 pair if you want. Again, exactly equivalent. The eliminations are the same within that house at least. And the logic works out to be the same. It's just an inverse logic. This is a 1-4 pair, and we know the order because of that 4. The 1 does go up here somewhere. Let's see, what do we need here? We need 2, 5, 8, 9. Okay, so this is 2, 5, 9. This is only 2, 5 because it can't be 9, right? Neither of these are 9. And this is 2, 5, 8. Okay. So I don't think I actually vertically scanned. I'm not sure the benefit at this point, but let's look. So this 4, yeah, this 4 looking down, this 4 looking in, does place 4 in this box. This 4 also looked down, by the way, but I had this marked already, so I knew they weren't 4. These 4s look in, this 4 looks down, so there's a 4 in one of these two. Just following up on that 4 I just got. So this is only 5, 9, because we have the 2, 6 accounted for, so we just need the other digits for the column, which were 5 and 9. In fact, whatever this 5, 9 ends up being will be this one, which you can see in a few different ways. Leave that up to you. So this 1 looking in, this isn't a 1. So the 1's up here, because there's a 1 here as well. Okay. This 1 looking down puts a, and this 1 looking in places the 1 in this box. Those 1s look into this box, placing a 1 here. What do we need here? We need 5, 6, and 9. All we know is the 6 is one of these two. 6 is almost 6 is markable in this box because these look in, so 6 is in one of these two. How about this? This is going to be. I already already know that this is going to be at most a buy value cell because we have these 3 and 8s corner marked here. There's only 4 digits left in the box, and 2 of them aren't here. So let's mark this all up. What do we need? We have 1, 2. We need a 3, which goes here. We need a 5, which looks like it can go anywhere. We need an 8, which only goes here, and then we need a 9, which also looks like it can go anywhere. Okay. More 5. Oh, that's a 5. So this is a naked pair. That's a 5, 9 naked pair. We found it by just looking at the candidates in a box, right? Or in cells. It's a cell-based logic, right? These share a house, they share a row, and it's a 5, 9 pair. So this cannot be 5 or 9 anymore. That's a 6. This can't be 6. That corner mark came in handy already. That's a 6 now. This can't be 5 or 9. We are left with 2, 3, 8. But there's a 2, 5 naked pair in this column, so this can't be 2. So this is down to 3, 8. Or actually, it can't be 8 either. So this is the 3, this is the 8, this is 2 and 8. We also had a hidden 2 right there, which I hadn't had a chance to mention. It was for the row. Anyway. So again, you can find things in multiple ways. What matters is that the logic is correct, not what name you give it. We need a 3 in this row as well. That can only go there. You can also have seen that 5, 9 pair, or you can deet. All right, this is 5 or 9, can't be 9, so that's 5, that's 9, that's 5. All these resolve. See, these ended up the same, just like I said. It's 2 and 8, 9 and 8. That's a 5, that's a 9, that's a 2. 9 in this box. It looks like we're finishing up. I'm glad this was a straightforward puzzle because I spent a long time explaining things. But I hope that was helpful for anyone who was still confused a bit by terminology. 3, 1, and 5 here. That's a 1, that's a 3. I don't do it every solve, but I feel like every once in a while I should go back to basics and explain things for people who may not have been watching the series for a while. That's a 4. I almost feel like people tend to graduate from the series as well, and that's also fine. But I'm happy to continue getting the views. Let's see, that's a 7, 8 and 7. 2. So I like to play the game of what does this box need when we're this low on things. The box needs a 2, which can only go here. The box needs a 4. So this 4 looks in, so there's a 4 in one of these. The box needs a 6. This 6 looking down tells us one of these is 6. And the box needs an 8. Right, okay, so 8 can only go here. So this is a hidden 8, this is a naked 6, that's 4 and 2. There we go. And then finally we need a 2 and a 9 in this box, and they go like that. All right, I mean, the time is like, let's deduct maybe 5 minutes at least for explanation, but that's okay. I'm not going for time anyway. I hope this was helpful for you. I feel like I used some good opportunities to explain, because I had gotten a comment that seemed confused about what naked and hidden actually mean. So hopefully that helps clarify things. And of course, if you enjoyed this content, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.